Good morning, good morning.
Good morning, everybody.
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
Well, my friends, it's 10 o'clock, so we're going to get started here. I'd like to welcome everybody to our Mother's Day service, Capital City Unity, May 8th, 2022. Marty Keller here, principal speaker. I want to thank Catherine Tobias for being our guest speaker last week and delivering a great lesson. And I want to thank Esther Loveridge for being our platform assistant today and leading us in the meditation. And as always, we like to get started in song because song is the way that we experience our exuberance at being beloved children of God. And we're going to start as always by singing this is the day the Lord has made.
Well, good morning, friends, and welcome to our Mother's Day service at Capital City Unity. May is here, and this is the day we traditionally honor our mothers. We may still be blessed with a mother. We may be a mother or a grandmother, or may have served in the mother role for someone else. Whatever this day represents to you, it is a day to honor the caregiver within each of you. If you are new to Capital City Unity, we bless you and welcome you. We know who you are. You are a child of God. And we're so pleased that each of you have come today to be with us. I think all of us are regulars, but I'll go ahead and say that if you need to know more about us, please check out our website at capitalcityunity.org, where you can find a link to our past meditations and lessons on YouTube. You can also email us at capitalcityunity@gmail.com to be placed on our mailing list. This is the first Sunday of the month, so I'd like to invite those who have a birthday in May to raise your hand if you are on Zoom. And I don't know if I'll be able to see all of you, but I'm going to assume that we all are celebrating a new birthday today in whatever form. A very happy and healthy and prosperous birthday to all of you who are born in May. We bless and celebrate each and every one of you today. And the other day, I just kind of accidentally ran across a blessing for our church. There's blessing just seems to be the theme as far as I'm concerned today. Blessing keeps coming up over and over. And this is in the inside cover of our hymnal, and it's written by James Dillett Freeman. And he says, "This is God's house. May we who come here not only find out about God, but find God. May there be beauty in this place, but especially may it be a place where men and women become aware of the beauty within themselves. May this be a place of worship. May this be a place of instruction. May this be a place of singing. May this be a place of prayer. But for us who worship and take instruction and sing and pray, may this always be a place of inner stillness where we may listen and hear when God speaks. May whoever ministers here minister in love. May whoever teaches here teach truth. May whoever serves here serve pleasantly. May everyone come into this house in expectation and go with thanksgiving. And may anyone who comes needing help go feeling blessed. May this be such a house that Jesus Christ or any stranger, even one of the least, would feel in it that he was with friends. Isn't that beautiful? I just had never seen that before. The order of the service today is that we will have the reading of the daily word, then we'll bless the names of the people and pets in the prayer box, and we'll have our affirmations, and then Marty will give us his announcements. Our meditation song today is Showers of Blessings by the Fountain View Academy Orchestra and Singers, followed by our time of meditation and reflection. The words are a bit different, but I hope you will enjoy the music and follow along in our hymn book on page 151 if you wish. We'll have our remarks by Marty, a song, A Mother Like You by Kendall Renee, our offering, and then our closing song, which will be Love is the Only Power. Then we'll put on our microphones and get to say our prayer of protection together as a beautiful choir. Now I invite you to enjoy this beautiful time together, for we believe and we frequently affirm that whenever two or more are gathered in my name, I am there. The daily word today reminds us again of the word blessing. Mother's blessing. I bless all mothers everywhere. The word mother brings to mind love, gentleness, nurturance, and compassion. Even if I did not experience these qualities from the woman who gave me life, I give thanks for them in everyone who has inspired me and touched my life. To my mother and everyone who has blessed me with a mother's care, I send you love. I say a prayer of thanks for your presence in my life, for the sacrifices you made to give me the opportunity to grow and learn. You taught me the power of love and gentleness and the strength found in giving. You taught me above all to be true to myself. You are a leader who has taught me to lead by example. I send you thoughts of infinite love and peace as I join with others in gratitude and joy today. And from Proverbs 31, verse 26, we read these great words. She opens her mouth with wisdom, and the teaching of kindness is on her tongue. The teaching of kindness. I just think that's beautiful. And it is in this consciousness that we bless the names of the people and pets in our prayer box and those prayer requests that you have on your hearts. Knowing as we speak our affirmations and pray today, we hold each in prayer in that healing and magnificent light of peace. We share our love and kindness through our prayers. I say, dear Father, Mother God, thank you. Thank you for every blessing in our lives. We are thankful for every miracle, each moment that gives us the choice to reveal our true nature. We are thankful for each breath that allows us to live fully in the divine truth. We center ourselves in the divine presence of God as we reach out with healing love and goodness to anyone who is hurting. When we cannot physically be with someone, we know the truth of divine compassion and healing and affirm your loving presence in each person on this planet. May every soul in this moment know the peace that passes understanding that we're all children of God and that each of us is loved beyond measure, and love always prevails. And now for our affirmations, I invite you to join me when I say there is only one presence, one power, and one love active in my life, God the good, omnipotent. And together, there is only one presence and one power and one love active in my life, God the good, omnipotent. And there's only one presence, one power, and one love active in your life, God the good, omnipotent. And together, can we affirm there is only one presence, one power, one love active in your life, God the good, omnipotent. And following that, there is only one presence, one power, and one love active in this ministry, God the good, omnipotent. And with thankfulness, we say, there is only one presence, one power, one God active in this ministry, God the good, omnipotent. And there is only one presence, one power, and one love active in the world today, God the good, omnipotent. May you affirm that with me. There is only one presence, one power, and one love active in this world today, God the good, omnipotent. Thank you, Father, Mother God. Amen. And now, Marty, it's your turn.
Thanks, Esther. Appreciate that. Just a couple of announcements. We have found someone to do sound for us, and we are training him this week. Hopefully everything works out, and we will go back next Sunday. Now, I'm saying tentative. Hopefully everything works out, so keep an eye on your e-blast, but it's our intention to make this work and show up. We'll still be on Zoom for those of you who aren't local, but I pray that the localites will all show up and be together in the room, including Jackie. I can see Jackie's kind of excited about the idea. Me too, Jackie. I'm with you. And our other announcement is, as always, please join us Thursday morning for our midweek prayer break at 9 a.m., Thursday morning, 9 a.m. on the Uber conference line. That number is also in the weekly e-blast. Join us for a half hour of meditation and prayer as we bless again the names of the pets and the people in our prayer box, and we listen to a message from some of our New Thought founders. So that's Thursday morning, 9 o'clock till about 9:30. Please join us. Now, as we prepare for meditation, as Esther said, we've got a special treat. We're going to listen to a version of Now Are the Showers of Blessings by the Fountain View Academy Orchestra and Singers. This is a group of teenage kids, and the words are similar to the version on page 151, so you can sing along even if the words are slightly different, or you can just simply listen and get into that meditative space as these young men and women share with us about the fountains, the showers of blessings.
Showers of blessing we need. Mercy drops round us are falling, but for the showers we plead. There shall be showers of blessing. This is the promise of love. There shall be seasons refreshing, sent from the Savior above. There shall be showers of blessing we need. Mercy drops round us are falling, but for the showers we plead. There shall be showers of blessing, precious reviving again, over the hills and the valleys, sound of abundance of rain. There shall be showers of blessing, drops round us are falling, but for the showers we plead.
There shall be showers of blessing, send them upon us, O Lord. Grant to us now a refreshing, come and now honor thy word. Showers of blessing we need. Mercy drops round us are falling, but for the showers we plead.
There shall be showers of blessing, oh, that today they might fall. Now as to God we're confessing, now as on Jesus we call. There shall be showers of blessing we need.
Mercy drops round us are falling,
But for the showers we plead.
Wow, that kind of lifts my spirit, and I hope it does yours as well. Well, April showers are said to bring us May flowers. And so it is that Mother's Day is often celebrated with the giving and receiving of flowers. I remember as a child wearing a red carnation as an indication that my mother was alive. Those whose mothers had made their transition wore a white carnation, and these traditions may continue in some circles. I have been thinking of my mother, Mary, this week. She passed 22 years ago in this very home. She often began each day with a time of meditation and then would say, Lord, make me a blessing to someone today. That undoubtedly influenced my choice in our meditation song today. Showers of blessings we need. Mercy drops round us are falling, but for the showers we plead. Maybe you got just enough love to get by. Maybe had mercy drops, but longed for being really immersed in a shower of love. It is never too late to fulfill this wish. We can all become the mother of the child within us as we take time to know the value of nurturing ourselves. Is there anything better that we can do on a daily basis than to have a loving heart and want to extend that love to another sojourner in this life? Many women have rocked our cradle as we grew up. We had our primary caregiver until we started school, and then our teachers often became a big influence in our lives. It may have also been a close relative or friend who taught us just what we needed to learn at the moment. Maybe it was a neighbor or close associate. Whenever there has been a need, we have had just the influence to help us through our challenges. Take time to get comfortable in your surroundings. If you are sitting, I invite you to put your feet firmly on the ground while your hands may simply rest on your lap. As we quiet any thought about what this day may bring, let's set aside this moment to breathe in new breaths. Hold that breath as if it were a new thought, and then release it, only to repeat the taking in and the expelling the breath as we renew our minds. I'm going to suggest that as you continue these deep cleansing breaths, that you recall the women in your life who have offered you hope during trials and encouraged you on your journey. It doesn't matter if they are physically in your life now, because love and energy exceed all boundaries. As you think of these women, Count them as blessings in your life, and may you feel a surge of real showers blessing you today, this very moment, as you go within in the silence and recall the love they gave to you. As you emerge from the cocoon of feeling blessed, may you be encouraged, like my mother, to be a blessing to someone today. Thank you, Father, Mother God, for the gift of your mercy drops and showers of blessings to all of us. And now I am pleased to welcome Marty back from a time of honoring both of his parents.
Thank you, Esther.
Welcome, Marty.
Thanks, everybody. Let's actually stay in that cocoon of being enwrapped in God's eternal, blissful love and appreciation for his creatures. As we again say, Happy Mother's Day to all the moms, the grandmothers, the great-grandmothers here in our ministry. I want you to know that to you, we open our hearts in gratitude and awe for your love, your sacrifices, your tenacity, your commitment. It goes without saying that without you, nothing of life would exist. But it's more than the mere reproduction of the species, isn't it? For what good is mere continuation without the love, the nurturing, the delight that makes life worthwhile? Giving birth to children, especially if it's your first kid, must be the most amazing experience. Obviously, I wouldn't know. On the one hand, it's full of physical challenges as your baby grows in the womb over 9 months. And then you have to actually give birth, which can be painful and frightening. It's also simultaneously full of emotional challenges, of the stresses and strains to your daily life and participating in your relationships while your body is changing constantly. And then there's the great unknown. What will happen to me, my husband or partner, my family, when my baby shows up? Will my baby be healthy? Will I have what it takes to take care of and raise this new being? What will I do if the unexpected occurs? Or should I say when the unexpected occurs? Will I be able to stay calm and meet the challenges, or will I lose it and freak out? So on the one hand, you face these physical and emotional challenges. And on the other, you experience an inexpressible joy and bonding when your baby is born. Not only is there a new member of your family, there comes with that new member a burst of love and dedication that supercharges your ability to deal with the challenges of motherhood. You experience a unique transformation, an unexpected shift in your sense of yourself and of the possibilities of your life. This new child brings with him or her a new world, and you find yourself irresistibly drawn to explore and relish this wonder. I remember a story my mom told me about the birth of her first child, me. As she was being discharged from the hospital, She was sitting at the curb in a wheelchair waiting for my father to bring the car around. A woman passed her by and noticing that she had a newborn in her arms, leaned over and said, "Oh, congratulations, how happy you must be." Mom told me years later, of course, that at that moment, a sense of utter panic and helplessness passed through her mind as she thought, how am I going to raise this baby? Last weekend, as Esther said, I was back in Michigan to participate in a memorial service for my mom and my dad, both of whom died during the pandemic, which prevented us from getting together to remember and honor them until now. I had the privilege, along with my brother John, of offering a eulogy for them both. And as I was thinking about my mom, with whom I was not particularly close, I couldn't help but think of the determination and grit she brought to the challenge of being a mother. Even as she sat panicking on that curbside with her first kid, she took her challenges head on. She started when she was 21, and 10 babies later, she was still only 32. And during that period, she had lost 4 of those children in infancy. What strength must she have had to go through all that effort and deal with all of those challenges? Having lost her own mother when she was only 5, she had no role model to guide her. And while, of course, she had help from her sister and her aunts, still she had to figure out what to do and then do it pretty much out of her own internal resources. Now, each of us, of course, has our own relationship with our mothers. Some relationships are warm and nurturing, while others are stormy and difficult. The role of mothering is not always easy, to say the least. Oftentimes, mothers never get the thanks they are due, especially when they are raising their children. Wait until you grow up and have kids of your own, my mom would often say to us in frustration when we'd done something especially obnoxious. Now, as a society, of course, we have set aside at least one day a year during which we can turn our attention and gratitude to our mothers and offer them, however belatedly, our thanks for all they did to help us grow up and stand on our own 2 feet. Each of us came into this world helpless and totally dependent on adult care, pretty much 24/7 for the first year or so. For most of us, it was our mothers who were willing to be there when we needed them in spite of the obstacles. They sacrificed much so that we could have what we needed. And for the most part, they did so cheerfully because they loved us with all their hearts. In a way that those of us who are not mothers may never understand, raising us brought its own satisfactions. Most moms would gladly go through it all again if they had the chance. And so for the willingness to answer the mysterious and glorious call of motherhood, it is appropriate that we should take some time out to say, thank you, thank you. And there's something else for which we should be thankful, and that is for our first experience of love. Our mother's love is the fire that ignites in each of us the desire to become lovers, lovers of life, lovers of people, lovers of God. That fundamental of mysterious power of love is what binds and animates the entire universe. It is a primeval force generated out of the oneness of God that binds us all together and makes community possible. Love harmonizes and delights all of God's children as together we agree to live consciously in the kingdom of heaven right here, right now. And our first encounter with the workings of love we get from our moms. Moms are the concrete expression of this universal power, offered to their children willfully and joyfully. The source of this unselfish love is, of course, God, but it is concretized in the mother-child bond. Mothers, of course, are already lovers long before their baby is born, but each baby brings something to the mother that ignites a deeper, more fundamental sense of connection, belonging, satisfaction. The late great columnist Erma Bombeck told a story about how God created mothers. And she said this: on the day that God created mothers, He put in a lot of overtime, so much that one of his angels said to him, "Lord, you are spending an awful lot of time on this." But the Lord turned around and said, "Have you read the specifications on this model? She is to have a kiss that will heal everything from a broken leg to a broken heart. She is to be able to function on coffee and tea and leftovers. She is supposed to have 6 pairs of hands." 6 pairs of hands? That's impossible, said the angel. "Yes, but it is not the 6 pair of hands that bothers me," said the Lord. "It is the 3 pairs of eyes. She's supposed to have 1 pair of eyes that sees through closed doors, so that whenever she says, 'What are you kids doing in there?' she already knows what they're doing in there. She also has to have another pair of eyes in the back of her head to see all the things that she is not supposed to see, but must see. And then she has 1 pair of eyes right in front that can look at a child that just messed up and communicate love and understanding without saying a word." "But that's too much," said the angel. "You can't put that much in one model. Why don't you rest a while and resume your creating tomorrow?" "No, I can't," said the Lord. "I am nearly finished, as I have created someone like myself. I have created a model that can heal herself when she is sick and feed a family of 6 with 1 pound of hamburger, and who can persuade a 9-year-old to take a bath." Then the angel looked at the model of motherhood a little more closely and said, "She's too soft." "Oh," said the Lord, "but she is tough, and you will be surprised at how much this mother can do." "Can she think?" asked the angel. "Oh, yes, she can think," said the Lord, "and she can also reason and compromise and persuade." Then the angel reached over and touched her cheek. "But this one has a leak," he said. "I told you that you couldn't put that much into one model." "That's not a leak," said the Lord. "That's a tear." "What's the tear for?" asked the angel. "Well, a tear is for joy. It is for sadness. It is for sorrow, for disappointment, and for pride." "Oh, you're a genius," said the angel. And the Lord said, "Oh, but I did not put that there. I have created someone like myself." Now, we all know that we are each, regardless of our sex, regardless of our parental status, created in the image and likeness of God. But we often fail to acknowledge that the Creator is our Father, Mother God, with that all the attributes of our human nature, what our co-founder Charles Fillmore identified as the 12 powers, encompass the entire range of the divine capacities. In his book, The 12 Powers of Man, Mr. Fillmore urges us to think of God as the union and source of the masculine and the feminine. He quotes Jesus in the 10th chapter of the Gospel of Mark saying, "But from the beginning of the creation, God made them male and female. For this cause, a man will leave his father and mother and will join to his wife, and the two will become one flesh, so that they are no longer two, but one." Now, metaphysically, what we have here is the acknowledgement of the endless interplay between the masculine and feminine attributes of the divine, which, while we can see them as distinct energies, are nonetheless one in spirit as well as in the flesh. Every one of us has access in equal measure to the 12 powers, regardless of whether they tend to be feminine or masculine in nature. But as Irma Bombeck nonetheless points out, there is something most overpowering, most essential of God in the activity of love. Mr. Fillmore goes on to say, "Of all the daughters of God, love is undoubtedly the most beautiful, enticing, and fascinating. She is by nature exceedingly timid and modest, but when roused, she is bold and fearless in the extreme. Mother love is as strong as life and will make every sacrifice to protect offspring. This wholehearted, self-sacrificing aspect of love indicates a spirit deeper and stronger than the animal or the human, and we are forced to admit that it is divine. For this reason, mother love is exalted to first place in our analysis of the Great Passion. Now, perhaps the most difficult and mysterious expression of a mother's love is its sacrificial willingness to let her children leave the nest when the time comes to become their own beings. As tightly as moms naturally feel bound to their children, their love requires them to transcend their own feelings of connection and encourage their children to find their own way in the world. Mothers truly ache for their children to discover in turn the wonder of their being. We see this metaphysically in the relationship between Jesus and his mother Mary. There are two instances in particular where her maternal care for Jesus has to take a back seat to supporting him on his mission, dangerous and potentially life-threatening though it is likely to be. The first story we read in the Gospel of Luke, of the time when he was 12, Jesus travels with Mary and Joseph and a group of family members from Nazareth to Jerusalem for the feast day. And after they leave, Mary and Joseph don't immediately miss him, thinking he's somewhere else in the group. But when they finally discover he's not there at all, they rush back to Jerusalem and discover him discoursing with the elders in the temple. And Luke says this, when they saw him, they were astonished. And his mother said to him, "Son, why have you treated us this way? Behold, your father and I were anxiously looking for you." And he said to them, "Why are you looking for me? Don't you know that I must be in my Father's house?" It's here that Mary comes face to face with the destiny of her son, that he will soon be leaving home to do God's work. And we read that his mother kept all these sayings in her heart, just as all mothers do with regard to their own children. But more acute is the pain that Mary must endure as she stands next to the cross on Calvary, as she must watch her child be brutally tortured and crucified. In his agony, Jesus calls out to her, "Woman, behold your son." Beyond the sheer tragedy of this moment on a human level, we see the universal willingness of unconditional love to stand by the beloved even in times of the most difficult and heartbreaking events. Now, this example of Mary inspires us to honor our mother's love by paying it forward, doing for ourselves and others what she strove to do for us. Let us become the person she loved into being. Let us become the lover that her love ignited in us from the beginning. As Eric Butterworth once said, the finest way to honor mother is to open the heart to a new birth of love and peace. Now, in the Mother's Day sermon he delivered in 1975, he said, "You have a continuing need to turn within, to be still and know, to remember male and female, he created you. In the silence, you may find the balance of mind and heart, of wisdom and intuition. And then you may live with what Emerson calls the privilege of immeasurable mind. Of course, you may have to deal with the male domination of consciousness, which may say, look, there's work to be done. I just can't sit still and meditate. There's nothing I can't solve through reason." At such times, we should recall Lao Tzu in the Tao Te Ching saying, "The best way to do is to be." No one, Mr. Butterworth goes on to say, is a whole person fully able to govern himself or others until he finds the balance of mind and wisdom to believe the heart, and the balance of power and influence of transcendental love. Open your heart to a rebirth of the mothering influence of your own innateness. And my friends, for the one who gave us our start in becoming open-hearted people, who gave us our start in seeking to be in that balance between wisdom and reason, our dear mothers, we say thank you, thank you, thank you, because you let God's love shine through you and animate us. And now, as we come to an end, I'd like to share with you a song I came across the other day called A Mother Like You. And as you listen to the words, it's ostensibly a song a young woman is singing to her mom, a young woman who has recently become a mother. And we can take the words in the song in that spirit, and we can take the words as if they are sung by us to our Father, Mother, God. Emin, would you play that for us, please?
You gave me a drawer in your kitchen. You gave me the room with a view of the yard. Wherever the hurt, you knew right where to kiss it. You gave me the best of your heart. And you carried my rocks in your pocket. Flowers and feathers and butterfly wings. And you had an answer for all of my questions. You showed me wonderful things. And I know that it hasn't been easy. I hope that I love like you do, 'cause I know that this world would be better if everyone had a mother like you. And you make the best macaroni. And we never cared that it came from the box. The mom in the stands, always clapping her hands, was cheering and still hasn't stopped. And you held me when I came home crying, 'cause someone said something that just wasn't true. And I always said that Janelle was my best friend, but really it's always been you. And I know that I haven't been easy. I hope that I love like you do, 'cause I know that this world would be better if everyone had a mother like you. A mother like you. Second was born in September. I still can't believe I have kids of my own. I look in their eyes and I can't help but wonder, who will they be when they're grown? And I know it won't always be easy. I hope I can love like you do, 'cause I know that my kids will be better if they have a mother like you. If I am a mother like you, 'cause I had a mother like you. A mother like you.
Oh my, Marty, between your message and that song, what can I say? All I'm gonna say is that my granddaughter is expecting in September, and I want her to hear your sermon today. I mean, that was just so full of love. And it's in that spirit that we have an opportunity to give. I'm just too touched. And if you want to figure out how to give to keep this ministry going, check out our website and the instructions are there. And I just give in love because we love to give. Thank you, Marty.
Thank you, Esther. So now's our,
Thank you.
we bring our time together to a close. And those of us whose moms are still here, let's go give them a big kiss and hug or give them a call. And for those of us whose moms are passed, let's give them a big kiss or call in our hearts. And let's now sing our song of love. Love is the only power. Love is the only way. And as we sing this song, let us be grateful to the source where we learned it and our commitment to pass it on.
Love, love.
Now I invite us all to unmute our microphones, turn on our cameras so that we can see each other as we share together our prayer for protection. Together, the light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Thank you, God.
Fine.
We are divine. Thank you, Jim.
Welcome.
What a
Hope to see you in
beautiful
Choice
song,
next week.
Marty.
Oh,
Such a
yeah.
beautiful song. Thank you
Yeah.
for that. Thank you for that.
I think you have
bet.
to give it first, Marty. You know all the feelings of becoming a mother. That was beautiful talk. Beautiful.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody.
Happy Mother's Day to all of you.
Yes.
See you in
Bye,
church.
everyone.
Bye.
All right, my friends, have a wonderful day.
Take care.
Have a
Lucy,
wonderful
good to
day.
see
Mwah.
you.